Hey, good afternoon, everybody. How are ya? Today is Thursday, April 15th, and I'm so glad that you've stopped by to join me today. I'm turning on chat, and if you're here, say hello. We'd love to talk with you and just chat while we craft. So today I have a card that I'm making, and I'm really stoked. When I saw that Catherine Pooler's new line, Bloomin Wellies, was coming out, I said, oh my goodness, I have to do a match made in heaven. I have to do some Catherine Pooler Bloomin Wellies meets Carta-Dile Flower Garden. There are rain boots in this paper, and I couldn't resist. So I had to have this set. First of all, how darling are those little boots with flowers coming out of them? But second of all, I already had grabbed these, and I thought, oh my goodness, how fun will that be? So I have come up with a project today with the union of these two products and a few other products as well. And I'm gonna make a card. I have all of my elements ready to go here. I'm gonna show you some of the other support elements that I used in this card kind of as I go along. And because I have everything ready to go, minus the I don't have all of my flowers colored yet, so I will finish that up here live and then put this together. I was a little bit late hopping on, a few minutes late, so if you're here, holler at me, say hello. I am recording. I'm live. I'm not frozen. So last week I froze right before everything ended. Sadness. Okay, so the first thing I am going to kind of go through with you is how I picked all of the elements and what I did to get what I got. So, of course, I've got a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card base, and I have picked out this paper, this piece of paper, and I have picked it from the Carta-Dile, like I said, and I just kind of want to show you how absolutely nice and soft these papers are. They're just beautiful. They're absolutely gorgeous. And they work very nicely, as you can see, with the Zen Garden, Spa collection of Zen Garden. Some of these are upside down, sorry. But, and in this collection, you have seafoam polished, sugared lavender, spruce, stone blue, rose petal, shea butter, and skylight. And I selected, and I'll be finishing my coloring here, so I'm going to go ahead and grab these. I don't need I did use to color my boots. I selected the skylight, and I selected seafoam. These big, the back. Hi, Lindy. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining me. So I colored the base of this leaf with the seafoam, and the bluish green I did with the skylight. So there's some of these leaves that I did, and then the boots are that color. And then I used the polished on the flowers, and I used the shea butter for the insides of the flowers. So I have a little bit of that colored. I'm going to finish that coloring up here. So we'll leave that polished out so that I can finish coloring that flower. And I'll just kind of show you a little bit of the technique that I use for coloring. Okay. So now that I've showed you where, what I used on this, I just want to tell you also that I used Memento first to stamp. so that wouldn't interfere with my coloring process. All of my sentiments were stamped in Versafine Clair. So a really nice sharp image you get with that. So yeah, we're using the flower garden today, and I'm making a card with it, and I just was showing off these gorgeous papers. So there's that. Okay, I'm gonna put that back in here so I don't miss any papers. So as you can see, I cut a piece of this cardstock down. I cut it down to measure, let's measure it so I don't tell you wrong. I don't have to repeat myself. I cut it to measure 3 3/4, and it is 5 1/2 by 5 1/2. And when I was cutting it, I used one of the spare pieces from this same paper, and we're gonna turn that right like that and use that as like a little extra element to finish out the 4 1/2 by 5 1/2, or 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 card front. So that's what I did with that. Then I used these Lacy A2 Lacy Layers die. Love this. And I left it out so you could see which one I used. It is the 1 2 3/4 die from the biggest. It's the scalloped edged one. So this was the one that I used for this piece right here, which came out of course, the flower garden paper set. So there's that. And then I chose so look, whatever. I know I don't understand. I'm a little ditzy sometimes. So look, whatever. I don't understand. Oh well. Explain. Oh, maybe. Oh, so look. Oh, okay. I get you. You were correcting yourself on the flower garden comment. Yes. Yay. Okay. So this is the scallop that I used from this set. It's the 4th one also. And I cut out this piece of cardstock, yummy color that really coordinates well with, of course, the Catherine Pooler ink. Grab this here. That's the Skylight color. Oh well, it's gonna fall in there. And this cardstock is the Kaisercraft cardstock. It's in the store, and it is let's see, Time. That's the color Time. It's really beautiful, works and coordinates nicely with this this paper pack. I love it. Also, I'm just kind of throwing in there, I have new in the store, I grabbed some of this basil, and this color is Almond Cream. It also, I just want to kind of show you how nicely it coordinates with this paper as well. I'm going to grab piece of paper that has a little bit of that brown tone in it. Let's see, yeah, these windows work. So the window sills, so you can see, let's pull this out. I need to just kind of bite the bullet and get my papers out. But as you can see, it just really coordinates very nicely with the browns that are in this pack. I don't know if you can see how pretty that is. I can pull that up to the screen, up to the camera, I mean, and show you how nice that is. Just really pretty. Really, really pretty. Coordinates nicely. If you are familiar with the Stampin' Up crumb cake color, it's just slightly lighter than crumb cake. So it's a nice craft type of color cardstock. It's pretty. And it works really nice with this. Okay, so there's that. All right, so now we've got this die. I cut it from, of course, the Kaiser Time cardstock. And I cut out some vellum. I believe this might be some of my leftover Stampin' Up vellum. So there we go. The fourth scallop on the ovals, the Lacy ovals die. So there is that. All right. Now, I thought, I wanted to soften that up a little bit. I didn't want it to be so bright. I wanted to provide a little bit of contrast between this and this. So that's why I put the vellum on there. And then the last few pieces of these elements, what did I do with that? Oh, it's in here, isn't it? I'll show you what I did. Gosh, I keep putting this paper pack back and I need to keep it out. So what I did with this is I grabbed, I cut up one of these, you get these little elements that come with this paper pack, and I cut it up and I cut a heart out from that, stamped the bright on it, and then I used my Pinkfresh color block stripes, and I cut out a strip, some strips of paper for my sentiment, and these sentiments I'm about ready to show you work so nicely on this particular type of strips, whatever you can put. They're stripes, but they're strips too. So that's where this cardstock came from, was this paper pack. All right, so moving right along, let's do this sentiment. I'll show you where I got that from. It's also new in the store. It is from Catherine Pooler, and this set is called Shine Bright Sentiments. And oh my goodness, you guys, these are such, I love this, because you can mix and match and get whatever you want. You can build your own sentiment with it. And how encouraging and how fun and how exciting are these sentiments? You can say shine bright, which is what I chose to do. And so I stamped it on the color block stripes die, and then just kind of cut it with my scissors. And I went ahead and I I punched a hole with my my We Are Memory Keepers Crop-A-Dile. So I knew where to place it on my heart, because I had already stamped my bright from this on here, and then I die cut it. And the die cut is actually from the Bloomin Wellies, also the heart on here. This comes with the heart die. How cute is that? So stamped it on there, die cut it, and then I glued it so I knew where. I punched the hole first, and then I glued it over the heart so I'd know where to punch the hole on the heart to make it look exactly where like I wanted it to look. Okay. There's all of that explanation out of the way. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to put this card, I'm going to finish coloring, and we're going to put this card together. So my little obsessive compulsive brain wants to make sure that I don't get any ink on my surface back here. So I'm going to get to coloring. And I didn't clean it off. I just left my pink on there. So I start with dark, and I just kind of go from there. So I know that because this is underneath that center, it's going to be the darkest, typically the darkest, and then I want to come out light. So I'm going to pick up a little bit more dark and kind of keep my dark around this part of my car or my piece here. And then I know also that I want dark underneath here, because these petals are going to create a shadow over the next flower. And I may kind of pick that up a little bit more. So I'm just kind of coloring here. Did you leave me, Lindy? I didn't mean to scare you away. So anywhere where there's a petal up above, I'm going to create a little darker, a dark spot, so that because of the shadowing that it's going to create, naturally creates a shadow there. So that's kind of the process that I'm following here. If that makes any sense at all. So, ooh, I got a lot of ink on this. A lot. You hear those birds singing? Oh my goodness. We had a freeze warning last night, and the temperature kind of dropped. But my lilac bush, I can't see it quite from here. Hope it did okay. I was too lazy to go out and cover it. All right. So I'm going to kind of, I've got a lot of ink on here, so I'm just going to kind of try to get some off. And now I'm just basically going to go light, try to go as light as possible and pull it out from there. I may have to go back in and darken up because I got a lot on here. And that's okay if I do. Sometimes that's an easier process to follow anyway, is to just kind of cover your bases and then go back with the dark. Now see, it's lightening up. I'm using up a lot of my ink, and you can see that it's starting to lighten up. The Wellies stamp. Oh! The Wellies stamp set is so adorable. Yes. Oh gosh. I don't know why I was laughing. I thought you were saying something else. Whoopsie. I need to learn to pay attention to my reading. All right. Yes, the Wellies is so cute. And it's so springy and just so cheerful. And so here's what I was thinking, that Shine, it's called, yeah, Shine Bright Sentiments. And I thought, oh my goodness, how absolutely wonderful would that be to give to somebody who is getting ready to graduate, either high school or college, or somebody who is getting ready to go for a job interview. And, you know, with the pandemic, a lot of people have lost their jobs and they're looking for jobs. And what if somebody gets a really big interview? Wouldn't this be a great encouraging card to give to somebody, just to say, you can do this, like shine bright, because you are capable of this. I just absolutely love it. And it also, yeah, would make a fantastic graduation card. So here I am I'm going to actually come back over here and just get a little bit of this dark around the edges or the insides of this, kind of like I did over there, just to create some contrast. It needed a little more dark, and that's what I'm doing, giving it a little more dark, just for some yeah. Okay, there we go. And so to clean this off, all you do, and these are in the store, if you've noticed, I now have the tips, and I've had the ink that you can refill it with. So now I have tips, and you can just gently brush this off, and that, as you can see, gets rid of all that pink very nicely. So you can use it on a different color. One brush takes care of all your colors, and that's it. All right, we are ready to put this card together. Yay! All right. I did use some Hug Snug. This is the white Hug Snug ribbon, and I don't have this in the store. And I have recently added the some Lawn Fawn twine. I forget, it's black tie. The name of this is black tie. So that's in the store. All right. So how to layer. I think the easiest way to start is just to get that background on. Let's start there. Okay, give me some glue and rock and roll. How fun. This just screams happy to me. Isn't this stripe paper gorgeous? I love it. Like, I could create all kinds of stuff with this. Ugh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. As a matter of fact, I have plans for this paper. Plans, plans. All right, let's do this. Get this down. See where I get that to the edge. Yes. Okay. That on there. So this piece right here is 1/2 inch by 5 1/2, and that goes on just like so. And all right. Not on the struggle bus as bad today. So hoping it all works out. Last week was a hoot. Which, by the way, if you go back and watch my video, or go back to the video from last week, I posted an explanation on, because this little mini die cut machine, it's called the Mini Evolution. It works, and it works just fine. So I, from We Are Memory Keepers, I wasn't using the right plates. So that, it was a little tricky because you have 2 plates that are the same color. And that was the tricky part. They must be just slightly different in size. That's hard to tell by the naked eye. So if you follow your instructions, imagine that. So, and pay attention to your plates, you just might get a cut from it just fine. So it does work. So if you go back to the comments, I placed a comment on there as to what to do. Look at those butterflies on the other side. Oh my goodness. Aren't those just, those are yummy. And they scream the same color collection here, the spa colors. Wow, so pretty. Oh. Even though Carta-Dile, I don't, Carta-Dile and Catherine Pooler probably did not coordinate all that, but man, I love it when that stuff happens. It's fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to kind of center this as best as I can. Bring that down. Okay. And my nose itches. Excuse me. Then, so for this, I am going to, since these boots are going to cover up right here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my boots on first, making sure with the vellum sometimes it's hard to, I'm going to put this on first so I know where I can put glue on the back of this. So that's always a little tip when you're using vellum. If you've got something you're layering over the front of the vellum, use that as your guide to adhere the vellum to whatever is behind. So there you go. So let's put this on. Get that on there really good. And now we can put our vellum on. And I can do, maybe not. Nope, I won't do that. I'm going to wipe that off because that is the same size as the background piece. Okay. So let's just layer that up right on top. I love how this just softens that up to create that contrast that I was talking about earlier. So you can see that just allows it to pull in a softer color. All right. So now I'm going to pop this up on a double-sided foam adhesive. And yeah, I'll just use this. So I'm going to go with some strips here. And another strip here. The neighborhood dogs are not very happy right now. They don't, it's probably a rabbit or a bird. And then I'm going to take a little bit and put it right here along the edges so that they don't curl down. And I'm going to do another one about the same size along this edge, like so. All right. And here we are. Center that on there, like such. And now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take care of this sentiment. So let's see, how do I want to do this? That piece is not behaving itself. Wants to keep turning the other way. I'm going to tie this on like so. Just tie it once. And then I'm going to get my sentiment on there. So tie this in the center. Move that where I want it. Tie it. Okay. And there we are. All right, so I kind of envisioned this hanging down like so from my ribbon and with a little bit of twine hanging down from that. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my twine in there if I can get it. No. Maybe I want it to go the other way. I might have to move it. Nope, that's what I want. So I'm going to stick this up like this. And then I'm going to tie it back here behind. It's quiet in YouTube land today. So now it just hangs like such. How cute, how cute, cute, cute. I'm not going to tie it too tight. I'm just going to kind of give it a loose knot instead of so I want that to tuck behind there, and then I'm going to bring these down. Let's bring that together just a little bit more so it will stay in place. And I'm going to pop this on here with some, like right here. We'll trim it up once we get it on here maybe. Let's see, where do I want that? Kind of want that to sit. I may have to put a dimensional on it to make it sit the way I want it to and turn in the direction that I want it to. So that is an option. Okay, let's put this on here. I will trim, definitely will Let's get some glue dots. Set this on here. So this Shine Bright sentiment set is something that will just coordinate wonderfully with not just this set, but would also coordinate wonderfully with the Rise. I think it's the Rise and Shine. It's new. It's all come in. You'll see it in the store. It's a roost. It's got the rooster in it. Love it. Absolutely love it. So cute. Sometimes ribbon has a mind of its own. All right, what did I do with you, scissors? Here you are. I'm gonna trim this. I don't know, that sentiment is kind of sitting just nicely the way I like it. It's my ribbon that's giving me a run for my money. It's kind of saying, not today. All right. I don't know, I kind of like it like that. What do you think? Should I trim any more off of that ribbon? I really like it. It's just kind of hanging there like a little tag, and I really like it. Yeah, I might need to make that ribbon behave a little bit and take it to obedience school here. I might put a little bit of glue just like right here. Stick my finger on it so it's not so obvious. Just kind of hold that right there. Yeah, now the last thing I have, you know me, ribbon and bling, can't live without it. I've got some of these gorgeous enamel dots that coordinate with the Flower Garden set, and I'm thinking, how fun would that be to just pop on some of these, and yeah. Oh, yay, thank you, Wendy. Thanks. So let's see, maybe there's a lot going on in this card. We may not need anything else with it, but we might. We just might. Let's see what we can do here. I don't know. Maybe on those leaves, or on some of these just some little ones. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna get brave. I'm gonna take one of these medium-sized ones, and I'm gonna put it here, and I'm gonna put thinking, my brain's thinking, maybe a green. I don't know. Or a green one here. How about that? Let's just do that. That swallows it up. It might all need to be pink because it just kind of gets swallowed up in that color. Okay, that one has stuck to my finger and it's gonna need some extra glue when I use it next. Don't you love it? Okay, time to call for the help. All right, just stay there for now. So I'm thinking maybe another pink here. Yeah. And another pink over here. Yes. Thank you, Lindy. That's so sweet. Yep, that's what I wanted. Just a little bit of bling. I don't know if you can see that. I'm really loving it. Loving it. It's bright and cheerful. And yes, I love these colors too. Thank you, Lindy. So that is it. Our card is complete. Isn't that fun? So I'm here every day, 3 o'clock. Give me a few. Hang tight. If I'm not here at 3 o'clock on the dot, just hang tight. And so every Thursday at 3 o'clock, I'm here. You'll get notified once I go live if you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you like this video. I'm a new business. And I just started in September of last year. I just started the store in January, and it's growing, guys. You check back every week because there's new stuff added to the store every week. We have products pouring in constantly. So keep checking. If you don't see something that you're interested in, just don't give up because we're growing by the week, like I said. So anyway, you guys take care and have a blessed day and blessed weekend. It is coming up. Take care. Bye.